Hey there. This message is about contagiousness, the contagiousness of discipleship. I did a video, one of my first videos in this little journey. It was one of the first ones, and I talked about, are we going out and discipling others? Are we getting discipled? Because that was the Great Commission. And so literally right after that, I realized, this is the person. Tony's the person I want to disciple me. And then yesterday was the first session we had scheduled to kick off this discipleship process. And as I was telling Holly, I said, I got my first session with Tony today. And she said, well, what does that mean? What does that entail? And I said, I don't know, we'll see. And she said, well, can I join? And so Holly joined. And as we were going through the session and as Tony was sharing some things, I just felt like the fire stirring inside of me. I was like, there's so much I don't know. There's so many things I want to learn, but it took realizing the depth of wisdom that Tony has as an example. And I said, man, I want that. I want to be able to speak the word of God and know, we went through part of it. We were going through Genesis, and I was like, I didn't know that. And it was like, this is good stuff to be going through, the different kinds of, philosophy on the Bible and how people study it, how people share it, how pastors, create their messages. And sometimes is it from the word, or is it just pieced together because their message needs a little piece of something and it isn't really fully biblically aligned? How to start to understand it on a level where you can discern these things, and then you can provide these things to others as well from a really grounded, knowledgeable, wisdom-based perspective. So much came out of just this one session. And I said contagious discipleship, but I just felt like I was hungry for more before the session was over. And Holly tuned in, and we were debriefing afterwards, and it was like, man, that was rich. That was some meat, so to speak. And we were like, we both wanted more. It was like I wrote to Tony this morning. I said, more people should have access to what we're doing. And that's just what's present for me, is if you feel called, I think there's such a value to finding someone who can be aligned with you on your walk, who can disciple you, who can guide you, who can pour the wisdom into you, and that you can receive it and that you're open to it. But I could see how this kind of relationship can just really light my faith journey on fire. And I want that for everyone. I want that for you. So if you have any thoughts about this, or you want to reach out, or you want to talk about it, I'd love to have that conversation. But I highly recommend, if you're not being discipled by somebody, find somebody who you really think could pour into you, and ask them, would you disciple me? Ask that question. Would you disciple me? Have a great day.